Radio Raw. We doing this the flyway, homie. My way. Oi. I'm going 90 on the road, switching 4 lanes.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Dante Chang, and this is the Completely Unprofessional Podcast. Got my co-host, Terrence DeLane.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, Terrence? And we got a special guest today, comedian Michael Alberici. What's up, Mike?
What up, Dante?
How you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
Like your shirt.
Thanks.
The shirt is dope. You got for y'all just downloading this, you got a light blue Phillies shirt. I think it's dope. He's from Philly, right? All right, so I know you're disappointed that LeBron didn't go to Philly. You're a little disappointed?
A little bit.
It's sad because I don't know, man. I think for him to win, it would have been a better option.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The move he made is not a winning move right away. It's more of a further view.
You know what? I think this one's for the money.
I think it's for everything. I think it's for every opportunity.
But it's also he's also he's dabbling in Hollywood.
Yes,
so I think
he's doing more than that. Yeah. He's actually like producing and he's got stuff in the works.
Well, you know
already.
what I'm saying? For him, is dabbling because his main thing is basketball and his shoes. It probably comes after the Nike brand and it's
you know what I find fascinating about LeBron more than anything is this guy's the most scrutinized.
Think he's cute?
That besides that, I think he's the most scrutinized athlete that ever existed, especially right. And not one scandal, not one. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is super.
Yeah, in this day and age,
I think it's like it's just because of the media now. You know, if the media was this big, I mean, if social media was around when Jordan was around,
oh gosh,
I mean, could you imagine?
Oh my God,
it just
we got one love child already, and that was 20 years before Facebook. Jordan had a love child. Imagine that shit would have been amplified today. Yeah. You know, it'd be like 4 coming out the woodwork.
I mean, this is the thing. Like in our day, I mean, when we were growing up, I mean, I don't know, like we're all somewhat similar in age, right? Like, like the best was praised. Jordan was praised. You know what I mean? Magic was praised.
Yes.
Now, LeBron is scrutinized.
That's
KD
right.
scrutinized.
That's right.
Like everyone,
That's
Floyd
true.
Mayweather scrutinized. Like you get scrutinized for being the best now.
It's called hating.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hate.
Yeah,
it's a lot of haterade, y'all. Y'all drinking a lot of haterade.
That is a very good point.
It's
like,
true.
yeah, it's so true. Like, you could not, like, you know what? You know the last guy I think, in my opinion, that had that kind of Teflon image was Kobe. There's people that would motherfucking murder you if you talk shit on Kobe.
But people still hate him.
They hated Kobe.
People hate Kobe
they hated
too.
him, but they also loved and admired him too.
The crazy thing is, like, when people say, "Oh, he had Shaq," and they discredit the 2 rings he won without Shaq. Like, you're a retard. You're really retarded.
Yeah. That Kobe's a different animal. I heard a story that he actually challenged Shaq to a fight, and who was telling the story? It was one of the bench players for the Lakers at the time. Oh God, the fucking Jimmy Jackson was telling the story, and then and fucking Shaq took a swing at him. It was Olden Polynice that was telling the story. Just Shaq took a fucking swing, missed by inches at Kobe's face. The fact that Kobe would even stand, it's like facing a bigger than a bear.
And then he got beat up by.
Have you ever met Shaquille O'Neal? I have.
Have I?
never met him.
He's a house. He's literally a house of a man. And then I remember his wife at the time was
7'2".
7'2", like 450, whatever.
350.
Just crazy. He was doing.
Now he's probably like 400 something.
But Kobe's pretty big too, though. Like,
I mean, that's 6'6", 210. Going against 7'2".
You supposed to get them up. They in the same weight class. You got to get them. But Kobe got.
That's about a.
Kobe better know jujitsu to be ready to choke Shaq
I would
out.
fight somebody that's 100.
But also, remember Chris Childs beat up Kobe.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I remember that.
Yeah, Kobe,
you know, Chris. Do you ever see the Chris Childs interview after that? Chris Childs said that he took it easy on Kobe because he didn't want to knock him out. He said basically, I could have knocked him out, but I didn't. I let up on him.
Kobe looked so confused. So he's like, what just happened?
Right.
Like, he didn't know what the fuck happened. You could tell he hasn't been in a lot of fights, you know?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. This is how I know Kobe's crazy. So a guy I used to live with was actually friends with, grew up with Ron Artest. They were friends. And
From Queens.
From Queens. And then they used to play together growing up, whatever. He used to say, Ron Artest used to always be like, I'm gonna be in the NBA. Y'all see. And everyone was like, yeah, right, you crazy. People just thought he was crazy. Anyways, he made the league. You know what I mean? And what Ron Artest used to do is, he said that he called, I remember my boy put him on speakerphone because he was like going crazy. Because he was like, yo, Kobe works like nothing he's ever seen. Like he like at 8 a.m. he wants to shoot around. And then at 10:30 he wants to run drills. At 10:30, at 12:30 he wants to go go look at film. At 3 o'clock he wants to go look at whatever.
Kobe reminds me of me.
Well, that's how you gotta be. If you want to be great, that's what it takes.
That is so true, man. And that always makes me question, do I want to be great? Because everybody talks shit on how great they want to be. I want to be great. I want to be great.
But no, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. This is the thing what makes you great, though. Also knowing when. This is why Jordan is better than Kobe, right? Because he knew when to defer. He still trusted the people around him. That's that last inch of greatness that separates. Because Kobe, at the end of the day, if you compare Kobe and Jordan, right? Kobe's a better shooter.
Yeah.
He has a better skill set. He could make better. Kobe's the best difficult shot maker ever, but he didn't trust the people around him. It was all about what he wanted.
Sure.
It's all about what he wanted. That's why he lost. You know what I mean? Jordan was like, it's about my team.
But
You know what I mean?
another thing too, you got to think about it like this: if he trusted in himself and made the shot, then we'd have been like, oh, he's still amazing. Like Jordan took some crazy shots that he made.
He's a better. Even though Kobe was actually a better shooter, Jordan took better shots. He knew the shot he should take on the floor way better than Kobe
He
did.
took some risky shots though.
Not as much.
Not
as
for
Kobe.
Jordan, though.
Not for Jordan. Jordan's average shot was from
A turnaround.
a
From
16
15 feet, yeah.
Kobe would take shots from 30 feet because it was his arrogance. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you know.
Did you ever see the interview with Phil Jackson when they compared the two? And he said, so Phil said basically that Kobe could turn off his competitiveness after basketball. He didn't really want to be successful at really anything else, but on the court, of course, you know, he's a monster. But Jordan apparently never ever stopped. Even when on the plane, he was playing poker. He was he would pull anything, just never shut off. And I think those kind of people are just truly rare.
I knew this Jewish dude. He worked like for Upper Deck for memorabilia, and he was with, I think, Bird, Magic, and Kobe. Bird, Magic, and Jordan playing golf, right? And Jordan had, I guess Jordan had this crazy ass shot he had to make. It looked almost impossible. And then Brandon was like, Bird, I'll bet you $50K. I'll make the shot. And then Bird was like, you seriously want to bet me $50K? This is almost an impossible shot. He goes, he makes a shot. He actually makes it. Bird bets him because he's like, all right, you really want to bet? I'll bet you. Sure. He wins the bet and he goes, haven't you been watching T for the last fucking 20 years? He goes, are you crazy to bet me?
Yeah.
Like but he's also the guy, he gets you and he's going to talk shit to you too.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But there's those legendary stories of what Jordan used to gamble.
And punch you in the face.
He punched Steve Kerr right in the face.
Yeah.
That would have been scrutinized a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Jordan is seriously, I'm 37, so Jordan is like God and
50?
will always be God forever to me. Yeah. And there's like people. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that's gonna go grow old and say, you don't even understand how great this guy was. I remember as a kid watching how great he was and saying, I hope I don't forget how special this is. Yeah. So
you can't.
Yeah.
They play it all the time still.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
He's like, still, this is the thing. I got a shop, for you guys don't know, Flashback Shop LA at Flashback Shop LA.
Great store.
But anyways, the thing is, Bulls outsells the Lakers in this city.
Really?
Still.
Wow. No way.
Still, yeah, absolutely.
I bet.
Wow.
Maybe not at this moment, but before, if the Lakers don't have Kobe or Shaq, or if the Lakers aren't winning,
Sure.
if the Lakers are at a standstill, you know how they've been for a while. Right now, I think the Lakers merchandise should win again because of LeBron coming here. But say before LeBron got there, Bulls are winning. For the
That's
last
crazy.
5 years, the Bulls are winning.
Since LeBron has came.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'll be honest.
You guys got those on my bet.
Oh, I'll be honest. Like when I was in the 90s, the Sixers pretty much stunk the whole decade. So I was, if they did well, of course I was rooting for them. But I was always a Bulls fan. I wanted to watch the Bulls.
You know what's funny? Somebody said to me one day, talking shit because I'm a Bulls fan. I'm still a Bulls fan. You know what they said?
I'm not anymore.
But I
was a bandwagon jumper for sure.
I'm still a Bull. I didn't jump off the. I mean, it's not a wagon anymore. It's a fucking. It's a hoopty now.
Well, you got a Bullets shirt on now, though.
Yeah, but this is I wear. I wear everything.
Sure.
But you know what someone said to me? They're like, I'm bragging about. Yeah, but we won this. We had Jordan. All this. Someone told me, it's like, hey Dante, if the Bulls never had Michael Jordan, you guys would be the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, that's horrible, but true. You know what's so funny is this? Yeah, the Sixers have been bad for most of my life. And it's funny. I think I would have to say, except for the Eagles, most of the Philadelphia.
But you know what's crazy about the Sixers? They've had dope players.
They have.
Barkley,
Legendary.
Irving,
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, just great individual players.
Moses Malone.
Not guys that could, I guess, were able to take. Or sometimes, I mean, Barkley had to go get his Jordan. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
But now things are different. I actually visited Philly 2 weeks ago and I was wearing my Ben Simmons jersey, man, and people were kind of like cutting up with me a little bit, like, hey, you can't. I was actually visiting the Liberty Bell. I wanted Elaine to see it. Lane's my girlfriend, and some guy.
We all date Asian girls, by the way.
Yeah.
All three of us.
You too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone's hey, there's a billion of us. It's enough of them to go
Actually,
around.
funny story. You know what's funny, Dante, is when I visited Philadelphia and the Jersey Shore, to see my parents and all that, I wanted to show Elaine. She's never been there. So, yeah, it is so crazy. We went to this bar in the Jersey Shore, Avalon, New Jersey. Great place. 95% white. Maybe I'd say over generous estimation. My girlfriend, the whole friggin' trip, I don't want to get into it, but was just her feeling like, if I put my sunglasses on, can I pass as Italian? So she'd never been anywhere like that.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah,
grew
yeah.
up in San Diego and Hawaii, so she was always okay with what she looked like, race or whatever. She's Filipino. In the Northeast, in Philly, it's either black or white, like, or
I don't know why. Do you feel like that when you go to a place where like there's no black people? Do you feel awkward?
Yeah.
You do? I don't know why. Like I remember when I was talking on the last podcast, like when I was in Montana and it was 99.5% white. I don't feel awkward at all. I'm just bored. You know what I mean? And
I feel like that in certain parts of Arizona. I'd be like, oh,
I don't know why.
So yeah, I was actually arguing with my girl. I'm sorry, Dante, but really quickly, I was just talking to my girl because I was trying to get inside her head on how you might feel being whatever, and you must feel it. Is that how you perceive it when you're in a certain environment?
It's like the foreign environment. Like,
do you feel that eyes are on you?
You definitely feel like not. Like, what are you doing here? You ever
No
been to Cracker
kidding.
Barrel? No, I'm just y'all ever been to Cracker Barrel?
Yes, I have, and it's lovely.
They're like, get your biscuits and get out of
this
here.
is what I think. I feel like down South Virginia, like where it's racist, I feel uncomfortable. Definitely,
Sure.
Because I remember because this is when because I'm so like oblivious to shit. I remember this is when I started feeling uncomfortable. I remember going up to this white dude when I was younger, like 18, 19 years old. I was kind of lost. Back then GPS wasn't around like that.
Sure.
We were old as shit. And then I remember I was like, yo, sir, excuse me, sir. Do you know how I could get back to 95 North or whatever? The dude was like, why are you talking to me, boy? That's all he said to me. Why are you talking to me, boy?
Wow.
Don't talk to me.
I thought
was
most
like,
white people
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
accept Asians though.
I guess we're like the one that they would accept when they're racist.
Yeah.
I guess because we're yellow. You know what's funny? Like this one dude, the one I actually talked to a racist guy, and I asked him what it is. This is their problem, and I don't know if this will make you. This is their problem. He says he respects Asians in whatever because we were able to develop our country. You know what I mean? He says he does not respect blacks because if you go look at Africa, they live in huts and then it's not developed.
It's
so you
not
come
like
over
that.
here.
Africa's actually
That's how they look
know
at
what-
it.
you know what the
That's
funny-
the ignorance how they look at it.
Sure. You
what I mean?
know what's funny? You can actually
That's the ignorant point of view.
He's probably off that meth pipe.
Yeah, probably.
all it takes seriously nowadays is a few 10-minute YouTube video watches on why Africa is the way it is. It takes about 10 minutes to figure it out. It's just basically, it's about climate, migration, things like that. They were some of the last people to actually get to settle an area in Africa, a lot of parts of it anyway, just because they were hunter-gatherers because they had to be.
Yeah.
There was no there was less, I should say, of settling in one place in Africa. That's why they're full of natural resources and they're just now starting to harness it for themselves. And China's actually helping them a whole lot because they see, oh shit, these guys are actually on point now. They understand what they need to do.
I want to go. I think as being a black man, I need to visit Africa, and I want to visit more of Mexico and see it too. So you know what I mean? They get kind of like where I'm from.
You know what part of Africa you're from?
I don't know.
You never went on Ancestry.com?
Never.
I heard it's really helpful.
I'm kind of, I got a lot of friends who do the swab and they send it back and they find. I'm always kind of.
Terrence DeLane is half black and half Mexican.
Yeah.
So
Both.
you're curious why he's being that
Both.
way.
Both.
He's
Both.
Mexican and black.
It's probably an amazing
Means
lineage.
he's not popular with the cops.
Something I can tell you about my family that I learned is that my great-great-grandparents came from Lithuania. Guess how many kids they have? You'll never know.
How many?
Just guess it. Anyway, I'll give you $10. I have $10 in my pocket.
16?
No, 18.
No, you're both wrong because it's higher.
What?
21 kids between the two of them.
No.
Yes. My great-grandmother who raised me was the youngest. And actually about 5 of her brothers and sisters were already dead by the time she was born because of back then you could die of like diarrhea and pneumonia.
Where they from again?
Philadelphia.
Oh,
I'm from Philly.
But you said the
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Lithuania, which is used to be in the Soviet Union.
Okay, cool. That's Russia, correct?
Yeah, it's where the Balls play basketball. Seriously?
The what?
The Lonzo Ball, the Ball family.
Okay.
They signed with a Lithuanian team.
Barcelona is from there.
They got their own.
They're fanatical in Lithuania about basketball. Fanatical.
They just created their own league, right?
Yes, they did.
Balls, yeah.
But they went to Lithuania. I don't know if you know.
You know what's
about
weird? You know that you ever seen that Lithuanian shirt where it's tie dye?
Yes, the '92 Olympics.
You know how expensive that shirt's worth? You know that shirt.
Oh my God! If you had that,
that would a lot of money.
That would be worth like around probably no guess, no lie. If it was signed, 10 grand.
No, like a few $100.
No way.
Yeah,
if you got the right person.
But it's signed, but why would you? I don't know.
But
if you're sign is weird.
I know this. I don't know if you're expanding your horizons. If you like met like a European guy, think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to meet some Lithuanians.
Everyone wants to buy Michael Jordan.
Look, I didn't give a shit about Lithuanian basketball, but I even remember that when I was a kid when they wore those tie-dyes because they got Grateful Dead sponsored them. Remember?
Yeah.
I want to look this shirt up.
It's awesome. I mean, I don't know if you're a Grateful Dead fan. I'm kind of on the fence, but it's not. You don't even have to be. It's super cool.
It is a cool shirt.
Yeah.
It's like a skeleton dunking or something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
And tie-dye.
Yeah. Grateful Dead had like certain art that they used.
It was dope. I can't even front. It was dope. They sold it the store. I saw it in the store recently, in a vintage store. $200.
Do you find it sometimes kind of crazy what people are willing to pay? I know that, this is a livelihood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. When I see like 15-year-old kids wearing like $1,000 shirts.
Yeah.
And then this is one kid that comes in my shop sometimes. His dad is also a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they're super paid. He has $20,000 pair of sneakers. One pair.
What?
Yeah.
What shoes?
Yeah. What kind of shoes?
I think they were Jordan M&M 4s or something like that.
That's crazy.
Something really rare. Like there's
$20,000.
probably like 10 in the world.
How old is this kid?
Like at that time he was 15. Now he's like 16.
The mother.
That's like retarded.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of them. There's other kid. His dad goes. Okay, you just turned 16. I'm gonna buy you a car. You can't spend over 150,000. I was like, okay. No, they're rich kids. You know what I mean? They come in my shop. They're so fucking rich. Like they all like it's crazy. They're like, yeah.
You could probably just sell them anything you wanted to.
Sometimes. I mean, you know what's funny though? Because they're kids, like they know like
financing and
they just like they know where to get it like wholesale sometimes. But this is the thing, they buy shit because they want to be cool with me. You know what I mean? They're like, well, just buy it here. You know what I mean?
You know what's so funny that you mentioned that rich kids, right? Yeah. I'll tell you a funny 30-second story. I was in Stone Harbor, New Jersey with my buddy. We were having breakfast. And we go out. And Stone Harbor, for those who don't know, is one of the richest zip codes in America. It's in New Jersey at the Jersey Shore. Taylor Swift has a home there. Anyway, me and my buddy have breakfast. And then we walk outside. There's probably an 8-year-old white kid giving us advice on investing.
8-year-old white kid?
8-year-old white kid giving us advice. I don't know how I started a conversation. The kid seemed like a nice kid. He was talking to us. I don't know what we were even doing, but he just started talking about investing to us. It was amazing because you know why? Their fucking parents, as soon as they learn to talk, their parents are in their face talking about how to make money and how to keep it and all that. It's insane. I used to go to Wawa and just throw my change into the street when I was a kid. I'd get candy or baseball cards and just throw my fucking change. That's how little business sense I was taught when I was a kid. I just think it's incredibly interesting.
No, these kids, they always they make money off me too. They'll go buy shit and flip it to me and I'll flip it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll buy shit off of you and flip it.
They've done that, or they'll buy shit and flip it to me.
I picked
and
up.
then I'll flip it.
I picked
They'll
up
leave
these
me room so I have enough money. They're good businessmen. Some of these kids, you know.
I do Uber. I picked up these 2 white kids that couldn't have been more than 19 years old. Like they were, students or whatever, whatever, rich kids in Brentwood or whatever it was. And they were talking about. We were driving by this real estate in Brentwood, and they were literally picking apart everything that they passed that was of interest, like fucking any building you name. And they were talking about how if we flip that and this investment and this surrounding and all that kind of stuff, and 19 years old. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
I guess what I'm trying to say is parents, if you know anything about financing, you need to teach your kids.
No, and then the world is changing now.
Yes.
The world, I mean, good gracious, like when I was a kid, like guys, if you don't know, I also, for a hobby, I flip baseball, basketball cards, right?
Yes.
All right, so back then, the most expensive card would be like $20, right?
Sure.
Shaq's rookie, $20, right?
Sure.
Chris Webber rookie, whatever, $20. Now, the most expensive card, 30 G's
Really?
when they come out.
Do you ever tell that story on this podcast about the Jalen Rose thing that you had? Have you ever told that story?
What Jalen Rose thing?
What happened with him? You had a card of his when he was like a nobody, and then you.
Derrick Rose. It was Derrick Rose. It was
Derrick Rose, not Jalen Rose.
Nobody though.
Derrick, did you ever talk about that story about Derrick Rose?
I could tell the story.
Amazing story.
All the card people know this. I bought a Derrick Rose rookie. When he was a rookie. 2008, 2009. I think it came out in 2009, the product. It was exquisite. Anyways, I bought the car for $12,000, and I resold it for $70,000.
And what happened after
A year
that?
after later. 3 weeks later, he tore his ACL, and the car goes to $10,000.
Isn't that amazing? That's truly amazing to me.
It's true. It's complete. It's truly luck.
Yeah.
But this is the problem. See, the thing is, I've been blamed that this is why cards are $40,000. Because what I did was I hoarded all those cards like that and didn't sell any of them. Because what
You
they
set
do,
the market, cornered it.
some people say I did. I don't know. I mean, whatever. You know?
Hey.
But it's also, it's not just me. It's these IT kids. They have so much money that they drop into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's IT kids that literally, this one guy, I know this one guy by me, he deals with that IT kid, and literally he catches a jet down. And we'll hand him a briefcase, $200,000 here. The guy's like in his 20s.
That's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
Here, whatever, like whatever you want, like whatever I want. Like here's a couple $100,000 in cash. Here you go.
Must
Whatever.
be nice.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's what I mean. That's what happens when you study the right thing, you know?
Well, it's not just the people that are studying the right thing. It's also my buddy works. I won't mention the name, but my buddy works at a high end place in Beverly Hills, even higher end than you may think. You know, one of those places where if you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. And the girlfriend, the Russian model girlfriend of the guy who started one of those computer software, one of those whatever billionaires. And she came in and spent $35,000 and bought 2 items. One of them was a jacket, and the other one I believe was like a skirt. And it's like the money that people have. It's kind of like wow.
Yeah, I know, man.
But I don't hate on those people. Some people hate on them. Why do you need all that?
No, I don't hate on them.
No, I
That's
mean,
like,
if you worked hard for it, I mean,
you can't hate. But why?
you got to give back in
Yeah.
some type of way. I feel like if you've been blessed with this amount of money, you got to give back.
I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Can I ask you
I
a
mean, I would because I want to.
Yeah.
But
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Basically, like, you know, when Bernie Sanders was coming out and all that kind of stuff, I was actually having this argument with a few comedians yesterday. And I was saying, look, I'm all for a lot of what Bernie wants, right?
Yeah.
But when Bernie, the only hang up I have with that guy, and tell me if you feel the same way, is the way he talks about the rich in umbrella terms. Like he in my opinion, he kind of like he puts all rich people, which it's a good tactic politically, just because it's such a small group, into this box of what seemingly is they're cheating you. They got rich out of not good means. They're hoarding the money. They're not going to give it to you, and you can never get it. He doesn't say it that way, but I get really scared of the way he talks about rich people because look, my dad's a multimillionaire.
Okay.
So, and he's one of the nicest guys. He did it through honest means. He's just a smart business guy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's going a little too far? We need to stop doing that.
I don't really know much about Bernie Sanders. I don't really get into politics.
But just in general, with like, do you think that rich people should be scrutinized?
this is the thing. It's weird why you say that. When you say that about rich people, every rich person I know that basically made it from the ground up, they've been honest.
Yeah.
They weren't shitty people.
Yeah.
This is the reason why you have to get people to like you.
Yes.
You got to get people to trust you with money. That's how you move, and that's how you get 90%. Unless you pull a crazy scam. I know people. I've seen people pull scams and make a shitload of money
Yeah.
or rob a bank. I grew up with a guy that robbed a bank, and that's how he got money.
But those people
You know
have a
what I
short
mean?
shelf life.
Yeah, usually it always goes bad.
Of course.
But people, to keep on going, you have to be honest. You have to also, what's very important, you have to get along with a lot of people.
Yes.
If you're also constantly getting into it, people, I know I talked to a network exec, right? It basically it's like, I was basically like, hey, what's one thing you look for when a person doesn't have followers? He said, doesn't have under like 2-3 million. He said, I watch how they get along with people. If they're always getting into a people, you know that it's not going to work on a bigger scale because their
So
ego's just
smart.
going to get bigger.
So
you know what I
smart.
mean? Because it's always the case.
It's sellable though,
Yeah.
even in the era that we're
But
in.
he even says it. Even if you're sellable, I'd rather go with a guy that can get along with multiple people. You look at people that if they've been friends with the same people for a long period of time, that's who you go with instead of the person that's always getting into it with people because they're not gonna. Because he says the money and the fame just makes your ego bigger. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
and
it just makes you crazy. So even if you're a nice guy that can get along with people, it's gonna make your ego. It's gonna make your ego bigger, no matter what it is. The fame, money makes your ego bigger, and so therefore you have to try to go with people that are like easy to deal with.
Yes,
you know what I mean, easy to deal with.
My dad has a statement that is very a saying that I'll never forget because he's a good businessman. He's a doctor, but he's a very good businessman. He always says, Mike, when they say that it's not personal, it's just business, it's always personal.
Yeah,
Always. Don't ever say that.
it's always personal.
Yes. So that's what he says. He has good people skills. Therefore, he's a good businessman.
Yeah.
It's just to your point is of good business is done. Successful long-term business is always done through great relationships.
Because think about this. This is a good example. I'm gonna tell you a great example. When they chose Iron Man, right? Tom Cruise at that time was he's still relevant, right?
Yeah.
He's been relevant for 20 years.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise was up for Iron Man, right? And the guy was like, Tom Cruise is a nice guy, but I'm going with Robert Downey Jr. because he's cooler.
Wow.
He gets along with everybody.
Like, he got into a lot of trouble though, Robert Downey Jr.
No, but he did a lot.
That
of
was like
drugs.
drug use, yeah.
Drug use, but he's cool. Everyone says he's cool. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't argue with people.
People felt sorry
He doesn't-
for him.
Yeah, people felt sorry, but he doesn't argue with people. He doesn't get into it with people. So I mean,
He fell asleep in a 4-year-old's bed once.
Yeah,
He wandered into the wrong house and slept on a 4-year-old's bed in the mid 90s.
because he's so high.
Yeah, he was just so on drugs. Yeah, that's a good point.
But everyone I heard
But
met
that's
him.
like that would be getting into it, people though.
What?
Sneaking into somebody's room and falling asleep in the.
But it's not hard. No, he's talking about like
He
when
got
you're on
wasted,
set, when
yeah.
you're, okay, just think about it's like does he get into it when he works or the people that you're around with, and then they also look at like, are you around the same people? Like, does your circle constantly change?
There's a comedian that
know
I
what I mean?
won't. Yeah, there's a comedian I will not name names. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, and possibly you do too. When I first started, this guy who I worked for a while because I wanted stage time, so I would produce with them or whatever, you know. And I was so new to the game that I was almost willing to do anything to get stage time. So he kind of knew that, took advantage, and he was very mean to a lot of people that were under him, which was he was running shows.
I didn't talk, but he's always nice to me though.
Yeah. So the thing about this guy is that, you know, he was so mean that everyone underneath him, which was a lot of people, but I always just say to myself, does this motherfucker know that people, like, he's first off not even a great comic. And then second off, doesn't he know that some people are going to, if we stay in this game, we're obviously going to surpass this guy and he's going to need us. And I'm seeing it now with him. Like, I seriously don't know many people that really care for this guy very much.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's
I feel
like,
sorry for that guy. know what you're talking
I
about.
feel sorry for him too.
I like him.
Yeah,
I like that person too.
I feel sorry for him. I don't particularly care for him.
You know
but-
what it is? Because for some people, I see them for what they are. You know what I mean? I accept how the person is.
But it's also how they treat you and others.
that's-
If they're
that's true.
he was disrespectful towards me so much, and he knew I would take it just because I was so desperate to get stage time.
Yeah, see, he's never disrespected me though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, he did disrespect me one time, and I said, "Hey, man, you talk that way to me again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you outside,
Right,
beat the shit
right.
out of you. Never again."
I didn't do that.
Never again.
I should have. I was more of I won't. If I could just get to this point, I won't even have to deal with this guy anymore. I was more of if I work hard enough, I'll just get past him, and it kind of happened. So it's like, you know, it's. I don't know. I just found that to be true to your point of an example of somebody who doesn't really treat everybody nicely. And the crazy thing is, anybody above him, he would suck their fucking dicks. Anybody.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Most people are like that. You know?
You think so?
No. I mean, most people. No, the second part. Most people suck people's dicks that are above them. Most people. You know, a lot of people do.
Well, if you want to, I don't look at it that way. I think it's always good to be, instead of saying like you're kissing up or whatever, just say you're deferential to people that are in a certain position. You understand where they're at. And you are a certain way around them because you respect what they've done and who they are. It's not about kissing ass. Kissing ass is more of turned up enthusiasm for somebody. You really don't feel that way about them, but you're turning it up because of what they can give you.
That's true. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So if you're genuinely admire somebody, that's a healthy thing.
Yeah.
So
That's a good way. Oh, let's take this time out to say, why don't you talk about this? Mike
Oh, shoot.
Alberici is
Yes.
producing a show.
yes. I am. Actually, it's going to be on this Thursday, August 2nd at Flappers in the Yoo-Hoo Room in Burbank.
So tomorrow, this drops on Wednesday. So this drops on August 1st. So tomorrow, Flappers Yoo-Hoo Room at 7:30. Who's the headliner?
Dante Chang.
What a bum. Well, you got a bum ass dude headlining, but you got a great producer here.
Yes, we're gonna pack it out. I honestly, I'm not joking around. Honestly, because people really do love to see Dante, and Dante is one of my favorite comedians and one of my good buddies. I highly recommend that you come to the show because I'm gonna have a lot of awesome other comics too, like Adam Hunter, who you know, right?
Why is he not headlining?
Just because I chose you. You know, he's just gonna come by and do a quick spot. You know, whatever. And Dave Williamson's gonna come by.
I don't know who that is.
He's a great comic. Anybody who wants to look him up, Dave Williamson is so friggin' funny. He's a clean comic.
Where the blacks at?
I don't have any on this one. I have two girls.
God.
Yeah. So anyway, but it's gonna be a good time, and like I really would like everybody to come, but I'm telling you right now, I'm expecting it to really be into the lobby because it only holds, I believe, around 40 seats, something like that. It's not a big room, so I mean, if you're gonna come, hit me up and get on the guest list or whatever.
DM, what's your Instagram?
It's Alberici 23. My last name.
ABALBERICI.
23. Yes.
23.
Yeah, hit me up. DM me if you want to come
DM
out.
me if he wants to come. He'll get you in for free, right?
I'll get you in free.
He'll get you in for free.
Yeah.
Just because if you heard this.
If you heard this, because this isn't going to go out to, everybody. So, yeah, if you've heard this and you want to.
Well, you got a day anyway after this comes out, so,
It's all good. It's just going to be a good time, and I, just like to see everybody out there. It's always electric when Dante's performing, so.
Not always.
You think so?
Definitely wasn't last night.
What happened last night?
No, it just wasn't,
What was this?
I was at the J Spot last night.
Oh, that place. That's the only place that ever made me cry. I got fucking wasted. I did the J Spot, and I was like, I got a little overboard wasted, and I did it, and I didn't do very well. These people are great people. They just wanted to laugh, but they're very.
That's a great place.
They want to laugh, and
I'm gonna tell you why it's a great place. That place. It's not an easy place. You can't just
easy
you can't just
at
roll over.
all.
You can't just roll over there.
And I ate shit.
That's why I like it.
Yeah.
I want to actually go back there more, and I want to get stronger.
That's where I started at.
And
I like that place.
I went upstairs and I
started.
Yeah,
That's where I started at. That's why I'm obese.
You didn't start high.
No.
Okay.
That's why I'm obese. That's why I'm.
He said, "That's why I'm a beast."
That's why I'm a
This
beast.
guy's a beast. He has a nice chest, dude. Man, it's nice.
so it kind of helped you. It's like a boot camp, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's why. Definitely, I'm one of the strongest at crowd work. You know what I mean? I can.
It's such a different thing than what I'm used to performing, and what I'm saying by that is just all black crowds. I'm not used to it. I'm used to maybe there might be 20% black or whatever, but not.
I did
all
Irvine
black.
Improv on Wednesday and J Spot on Friday. So I went from all night
one extreme to the
all
other.
night. One extreme
You know what
to-
I find?
I love it. You
know what I find?
Because it makes you
feel like-
stretch.
but I don't necessarily think it's just like that. That's a different. Like there's different. I wouldn't say it's just an all black crowd. It's just different. It's like an older, more mature.
They're also like in their 40s and 50s too.
Yeah,
most
it was
people.
like that type
Some
of black
probably
crowd.
in the 60s.
Yeah.
You get some good hecklers in there. You get a lot of. You got to balance a lot of stuff in the club. Like there are people right here. The blender's going off, and it's just a lot.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel
a
you gotta
blender going off in the back.
If you're really thinking to try to get a bit and be. It's just not that type, but you got to really work.
You know what's funny is and I know this has been probably said before with black crowds, at least in my experience, is that black people, when they like you, will like you more than anybody else if you're a comic. And if they don't like you, you'll know about it. And they're not necessarily rude. They'll look at you like, I'm sorry, this isn't working right now. And I'm not going to,
I remember first time I went to J Spot. It's the only time this ever happened in my career, in my life. I think I was like 3 or 4 months in. I got lit early because I was just not doing that good. You know what I mean?
It happens.
And it has that get the fuck off the stage. You had to get the fuck off the stage. Second time I went back, I did well. Third time I got a standing up.
wow.
I think so. And then never had one there since.
That's what I'm saying is
I've never seen somebody get a standing ovation.
and I can see it
Never?
happening.
A standing ovation.
Yeah, I'd seen Amir got one a few weeks ago. A lot of people, I mean,
Amir did kill it the night I was at Levity Live. I don't know if that was the night, but he was pretty darn amazing.
Yeah.
He was good. Yeah.
But you've never seen a standing home.
Standing up. It's when people stop, stand up, and just.
No, I mean, usually at the end of your set, everyone stands up.
I've seen you have a standing O before at That's kind of true. The hardest I ever saw Dante kill, I'd say, in person was, remember that? I don't know if you saw it, but I think your family was here. It was at the Ha Ha Cafe. And yeah, man, you ended on like the Keisha joke.
Mm-hmm.
And you ended it great. And you kind of did almost like drop the mic kind of exit. And I remember a few people got up and were like, because you ended.
It's not a standing O, though.
Well, I could say a good maybe 8 people got up and were like, wow. Because I remember how like I was like, holy shit. Like it was an intense performance.
I remember I got a standing O. The funny thing, I got a standing O at the old Ha as the host once. That was the
well, I took it as a standing O. I saw a couple of people get up and applaud. I'm not the whole place, but
Bobby Brown did that.
And they clapped really, really loud. Everybody did, so maybe that kind of amplified it. But
Bobby Brown did too. When Bobby Brown got up and gave me the got up off his feet and gave me a clap. And you know what's funny? He had a pep talk with me afterwards. Bobby Brown pulled me aside, and Diane Lane, you know Diane Lane?
The actress?
The actress.
Wow.
They both pulled me aside.
Is she still
after I said
beautiful?
Before. This was probably like 2, you know who shows you came to? Mike Soteris.
Mm-hmm.
Dead serious. But anyways, they both had the same conversation with me. They said, you're very unique, whatever. They said, it's don't quit, because eventually you will succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, all right, whatever that means. You guys are both wrong.
I've never had any celebrity tell me that, which tells me that maybe I should quit.
No, right place, right time. I think. You know what I mean?
Actually, I've gotten some great advice, and some of the greatest advice I've ever gotten was from Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah. So like, you know, and he was just basically telling me, just, you know, you need to talk about you more. And I was just like, oh, of course, which is obvious for every comic, but
He's a nice
I honestly, at the time, was kind of a revelation to me. And I was just like, oh, okay, you know.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. And
nice family.
Yeah. It's funny. I met Tommy Davidson too, and he told me just like, don't stop, man. Just don't stop. Get on as many shows as you can. Don't stop. Gotta go. He was super fast.
Yeah.
And then, Damon Wayans is honestly, you know what's so funny about Damon Wayans is, I'm sure you've met him.
Junior, senior.
Senior.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever met him?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
My first show was with him, ever.
Okay, so I remember I talked to him, and I'm 37, so I grew up in the In Living Color days, and Damon Wayans was at one time, I don't think this is disputable, I'm going to say 90, 91, the funniest comic on the planet.
Well, sketch-wise,
no,
for sure.
Well, that and stand-up.
I never watched his stand-up that much.
He did.
So,
he was the best.
I just take your word for it.
He was. And when he was talking to me, and I talked to him, you'd never know. I mean, you know, and he just has such a humble personality. He makes so much sense when he talks. He seems to understand life pretty well. And I think that's a
smart guy.
Yeah. Which what I'm saying is it's just pretty cool for a guy he's been up there.
Well, you know what's weird? Have you noticed that people that are up there are actually cooler?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't know?
They care about less, especially in comedy. I feel like they're just like,
they're cooler.
Are you talking about stand-up comics or entertainers in general?
Almost entertainers in general.
No, I disagree.
You don't think so?
I disagree.
Especially actors and actresses, man.
Yeah.
So I think stand-up comics are the most personable, if overall. But actors and actresses, I haven't met a whole bunch, but just by the nature of what they do. My girlfriend's best friend is an actress, and she's awesome, and she's gonna be great, but she's a little crazy. Yeah. Like actors and actresses.
I'm not gonna lie. My experience has been good with that big actors too. The funny thing is, like, even the people that are considered dicks, when I meet them, they're cool. It's weird. Like I remember like Alec Baldwin like lost his temper on somebody, right? A week later, I see this dude I'm writing at Starbucks. Right, no, Coffee Bean by Miles actually, and he sits next to me and just starts helping us, and giving us pointers, and then he goes, he was there to meet somebody. He goes, hey, I got to push the meeting back 15 minutes. These guys are writing something really cool.
That's
I want to
awesome.
help them with, and I was, this is what I realized. And then and then someone came up to him and tried to say hi to him. He's like, get the fuck out of my face. No. So then I realized what it was. You have to find a common interest with that person. You can't just be like, hey, I love you. Some people don't like that.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But if you find a common interest.
Do you treat celebrities like when you see them, even if you're a fan, do you just treat them like you would a regular person that you don't know? Or how do you approach like somebody that you admire?
I actually don't approach.
Have you ever, Dante, you've been in LA for a long time, since 2000 or whatever, 99, whatever?
Yeah,
my question to you is, have you been starstruck and have you been starstruck? I have only been starstruck. I've been in LA since 2011. I've only been starstruck one time.
Who got you?
Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay.
I could not. I was working at a restaurant. I came within one waiter of actually waiting on the guy. Brought his family, celebrating his daughter's birthday or something. And He asked me where the bathroom was. Came right up to me, asked me where the bathroom was. It was honestly, I couldn't form words for some reason. And he's the only guy, only celebrity that I was like, wow, I couldn't even. It was weird.
I met Kobe. I wasn't starstruck. I was just talking to him normal.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
And he's who someone like that would get me because I love basketball.
I met Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon. I actually thought that was kind of cool, actually. I was like, I'm shaking hands with a guy. The second person ever.
Eddie Murphy, met him, wasn't starstruck.
No? Wow. I don't want to meet Louis C.K. He's the man that's responsible for me wanting to be a comedian, and I really don't want to meet him.
I met him at Hollywood Improv. He was cool. But some people say he's not.
Yeah,
cool.
and I'm afraid that he's just gonna because I'm such a big fan of his, and I love, even after all of it, I still love the guy, and I think he's a genius, and there's no disputing that. But I admire him so much. But I was just told that you don't want to really even bother.
I've heard that too. But my favorite basketball player of all time is Scottie Pippen. He was cool. Just but the fun, I even like this because when I walked off, this was probably I met him like 2 years ago, right? When I walked off, he was like, "Nice to meet you, young man." I was like, this guy thinks I'm young. Great, that makes me feel good.
That's awesome.
I'm not that far from you, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I think I've almost disrespected somebody that I like. My favorite wrestler of all time is Scott Hall, right? I met him, and then because my boy was holding this, someone I knew was holding this like autograph session, hired him to sign autographs right, for this event. So literally, I took all my merchandise to him and got him to sign like a Intercontinental belt, photos. I got like 10 autographs for him, right?
Jeez.
And then he did like this. He was like, "Thanks for the love, brother. Thanks for supporting me." And he stuck his hand out, and I was like, "Hold up, dog. Let me see if you signed everything right." Did you see that the autograph is smeared? No, you're good. All right, we're good. We're good. And the guy's like, "You did," and my man was like, "You didn't shake his hand. He stuck his hand." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." He was like, "Yeah." You could tell he was like, "God, you're an asshole."
Right,
it wasn't like I don't know, because I'm into like collectibles and shit.
Sure.
I want to make sure the autograph isn't fucked up. You know what I mean?
That's
I
just
don't know
your
why.
nature.
It's just my nature.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, my bad. But then I was the dick. You know, in that case, I was the dick. You can't even front. Like, I was fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so maybe it's both of us. And then someone I know was like, "Hey, man, let's go meet Kanye." I was like, "Nah, that's who I'm scared to meet."
Okay.
Kanye?
Yeah, I'm scared to meet Kanye.
He's a weird guy.
I'm scared.
No, I think he's dope. Like
You do?
No, I heard he was cool.
Can somebody give me another interpretation of what's going on? Because I'm just watching this guy saying that he's just losing his mind. Like I just think I don't really know, but when I see him talk, I feel like, God damn, man, it's not too far away from like a Martin Lawrence situation. I don't know for sure. What do you think?
I just think I respect him for like just being open with his opinion. I feel like everybody, like, a lot of stuff he says, a lot of people think it, but they're scared to say it. So I just give him.
He's not afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah,
that's for
I
sure.
love the fact that he can speak his mind.
Wait a minute, man. That always confuses me, right? When people talk about somebody speaking their mind, because here's what I can say. I can have some uninformed thought that I can just say, "Oh, you know what? I don't really like Koreans."
Yeah.
Whatever. I've had a bad experience with a few of them. Whatever. You know, I am justified in my P-shaped brain that I don't like Koreans, and I'm going to tell you, because you know what? I'm going to speak my mind. And that bothers me when people have these it's kind of like a thought should be almost like birthed like a cocoon almost. You have to friggin' think a little before you start talking. If your opinion is grounded in some true shit, you know, that you're like, I can back this up because of A, B, and C, that's fine. But when you look, man, when you're okay, let me ask you, when you hear Kanye talk, does he make sense to you?
A lot of what he says makes sense to me. Like, I feel where he's coming from.
Maybe I'm just in a different frequency from some people.
I just feel like he is so much power that, like you said, the idea is not all the way thought out. Like, sometimes you do feel kind of that way, and then a day later, you're like, maybe I don't really feel like that no more. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like he's just so quick to, as soon as he gets the idea, to speak the idea instead of really giving it.
So that's to my point.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right?
You're more than free to speak your mind at the time.
Yeah.
I'll say this: he is a genius.
He's super.
No. See, that's another thing that fucking bothers me is that, like, when people say Kanye's a genius, yes, of course he's a genius in music. He's like Mozart of our time.
And clothes.
Whatever.
And shoes.
No,
His
hold
clothes
on,
kinda whack.
man. Look,
No,
clothes is whack.
It might be, but it sells.
look, man.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it a
sells.
great thing.
My point is that you're not a genius in everything.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks he is. I think that.
But that's how you have to be in life. If you don't think that you're great, you will never be great.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's a little different, man.
No, I
like
don't know.
I'm sure when he was growing up thinking of like, his musical career, he's thinking to himself, I want to be the greatest of all time, and he actually became it because he believed it, but he had the skill set to back it up.
Yeah. But do you think he always had the skill set to back it up?
He nurtured it. He
developed-
of course, he developed it. Yes,
rapping
Came
developed.
from
But what I'm
the
saying is,
initial idea of thinking that he was great.
I think it's a little different just because of the fact that like his thoughts are not great. His thoughts are weird and kind of like off-putting and like in your face and like, wow, you think that way, but not. I'm confused. I never like I'm hearing Kanye talk and I'm never thinking to myself like, I think I know where he's going. I never have those moments. I've seen people talk that are a little too deep sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I think I know what they're getting at. I don't know where the fuck this guy's coming from.
Like, well, what? Let's see.
Like, okay, he'll talk about Trump and how, and all that, but like, he'll say, yeah, but and Trump speaks his mind, and Trump's just trying to like, do this for this country and all that, but it's not like these formed thoughts on like.
Yeah, I don't really agree with his view on how he aligns with Trump. That's not, you know what I mean? But I don't look for Kanye. I think we give these celebrities like, I don't like Kanye for his political views. I go for him for shoes, music. And
Sure,
that's where
absolutely.
it cuts dry. So
100%.
Everything else is like,
That's how I view the guy.
you know what I mean?
I love that he's not afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah.
I do love that.
I do. So I like
it is
I think
a
everybody should
very
speak their
off-putting.
mind. I think
I don't
every-
agree with everything he says.
I think that everybody
Yeah.
should be able to speak their mind. If you speak your mind and you say something that sounds stupid, then we're able to say that you sound stupid.
It's not like Ben Shapiro. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's a conservative guy.
Very
or whatever.
calculated.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
calculating guy. But like, I can listen to Ben Shapiro talk and be like, I don't agree with any of the shit he says. But his shit is pretty. He seems to know what he's talking about a
Yeah.
little bit. I don't get that with
Smart
Kanye.
guy.
Very smart guy.
Smart guy,
Yeah, but Kanye. My point is that most people are if they're good at something, they're only good at one thing. And I think Kanye is great and a master. He has mastered music. Which is hard to do.
Beat making, rapping.
But keep your fucking brain, Kanye, excuse me, a language, and I know I sound aggressive in saying that, off of everything else.
But let me ask you a question though. Let's just say he's mastered the art of being an entertainer, and that's part of the character that he portrays. What if Kanye was saying, I don't even believe the shit I say, but guess what? It gets your attention. It keeps me in the media. It keeps my album selling. Think about it. He just put out how many albums? He was on one with Nas. He just did one with Kid Cudi. He dropped his own album. So to keep him relevant, maybe that's part of what if he's mastered more than even the music is the entertainment portion.
That's a little like
Sometimes you gotta say crazy shit to sell. I don't even think that.
What?
Yeah, I think a lot of these beefs are fake. I think a lot of what people say.
Oh, I
is
agree
fake.
with you there.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's just all entertainment. It's what's to keep the people engaged. Say some crazy shit, get a buzz off of it. Say you apologize later.
So are you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that most people are kind of stupid?
No, most people are stupid.
it
for
could be-
sure.
I think so too.
it could be
I think most people are
most people
unattractive
are.
and most people are relatively stupid.
But I mean, sometimes it could be stupid or it could be almost genius if you think about it. Like, okay, I'm gonna use this to sell my brand.
I see what you're
It's free
saying.
promotion.
I
It's
see
free
what you're
promotion.
saying.
Promotion.
I think what you're saying
Just give
is
people attention. If Kanye was to come on this podcast right now and say some craziness, you know how many people, oh, you need to download the blah blah, where he was talking about it could be the stupidest thing, but people are gonna wanna they take interest in the dumbest thing, and it's free promotion. So it's almost brilliant for Kanye.
You know what it also says? You know what I think of when you tell me these things, and I think you're 100% correct. I think it's that what you just said is why mumble rap is so popular.
Yeah.
Because kids don't even want to fucking know what you're saying.
don't.
They just want to hear some shit. Whatever. Nobody cares about meaning anymore.
They're buying more into the person than they are the music.
Yeah.
Think about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge. I never
Yeah.
seen him heard say anything brilliant, anything intelligent, anything great. Don't believe nothing about what he raps about.
Or like that guy with I think he might have passed. I don't know, but the guy with his pink hair, like my girl do something. So he has,
you talking about
my girl, his pink hair.
you talking about Lil
Yeah, I
Pump?
need to talk about
Yeah, Lil Pump. And his song.
Me and my grandma do mad.
Yeah.
I think it's just sellable. I mean,
But he's got like millions of views. He's so
Yeah.
popular.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard him actually rap, like rap. I mean, his music is he can rap. The boy is talented. Like I just feel like people do stupid stuff to sell.
But that's to
Create
your
the
point
character.
even more. The fact that you said that this guy actually has skills, but the shit that's actually selling is the shit that's not really that,
Yeah,
it's weird.
yeah.
That just goes, look, seriously, man. Most people, and I'll never fucking take this back, are stupid. Just drive through the country one time Go just start it somewhere and just make your way across any way you
I just
want.
feel like
hit
that's
one
very-
ocean to another ocean or Canada and just drive across. You will see how dumb most of the Americans.
Uneducated people.
Uneducated, bigoted, racist. That's a great way to end the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're actually out of time on
Me
that
and my
note.
grandma do meds.
One more time. Tell me your social media, T.
I'm at Terrence DeLane, comedian Terrence DeLane. Thank you.
Alberici?
At Alberici 23.
Don't remember. Tomorrow, Flapper's Yoo-Hoo Room, his show,
Oh yeah.
Rich, I thought we was gonna tell our story.
August
man.
2nd.
I'm
and then
sorry.
I thought we was gonna tell our story on this podcast today. We've had a great one of my most memorable moments in comedy was with you.
Me?
Yes.
No way. We're gonna
Me,
finish.
Chang.
Get out. When was that?
You know.
Oh yeah, fine.
No, we don't have time.
No, no,
We'll do it next
We'll
time.
extend it. We'll
No,
extend
let's
it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll extend it.
You remember?
Well,
the
we got like
Time
3
back
minutes.
in. Time
We
back
got
in.
like 3 minutes till my parking meter runs out.
You remember we were at the Ha Ha one time. We one of the craziest hecklers I've ever seen, and she jumped around.
Oh God!
Remember that time?
And she took her coochie out.
no, she took her breasts out. On the
Yeah.
stand.
No, she took her coochie out too, though.
Did she?
Yeah,
I
she got
think
naked.
so.
She
Yeah,
got
she got naked. And then friggin' Augustino had to kick her out, and he's having a hard time.
Yeah,
That was crazy. Then she was outside like shouting shit.
yeah. It was like
Wow. You know what? We're not really painting. I'm sure I'm not painting a very good picture.
So
But
this girl was pissed off, and someone pissed her off. And
At an
forget
open
back-
mic- at an open
forget
mic at the
back-
Ha Ha.
At the open mic at the Ha Ha, and to get back, she got butt ass naked.
yes,
that was a great way to
Butt
get
ass
back.
naked. And she was a
ladies.
porn star. or
She was a
something, right?
porn. She was in porn.
She was a
porn star is a little generous.
Not a porn star, in porn.
She was in
the
porn.
difference. Like
She was in porn like me and my girlfriend are in porn when I just upload the shit that we filmed. I'm
Like,
just kidding. I don't do that.
I got the video.
Still got the video.
I got the video. I do.
Yeah,
have
but
the
this bitch was crazy, and then she had to be escorted out, and,
And then Sean Kerrigan slammed some dude.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I think that was the same day. No, it was another
No, I
day?
don't think that was the same
I
day,
just
Dante.
remember she flashed everybody. They kicked her out of the club.
Yes.
You bought pizza for us, and we shared the video
That's
around
right.
the club.
I bought.
Oh,
pizza.
I remember that.
No, I remember this. Augustino.
I didn't get any pizza.
Augustino told me, "Hey, you want to order some pizza?" I was like, "Fine, I'll pay for it." Then when Terry comes in, he snitches on me.
oh,
To Terry. Like, goddamn.
Oh,
Like, what kind of
God.
shit is that, man?
Oh,
Like, what kind of? I don't care. I said I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Me and him cool, but
Back to the titties. Ladies, if you want to get mad and get even, pull your titties out.
you know what? On that,
all right, and that we're out of time.
I had such a good time, Dante. I'll definitely
Thank
see
you
you
for
soon,
coming
brother.
through,
Yeah,
man.
Thank you so much, you guys.
yeah. Come on out tomorrow, everybody.